A detailed newsletter has just dropped on Battlebit's subreddit regarding the current state of the game. As not everyone checks the Reddit or wants to read through this, here's my quick overview of what has been said in this update. They begin by addressing some of the common community concerns. Firstly, they remain uncommitted to an update release date, wanting to remain 100% certain before providing a date. They next cover why they haven't released smaller updates, and if they deleted their own source code. So, some of the rumours turn out to be true, so far as they accidentally pushed unfinished code to their version control tool, and therefore can't release a smaller update with finished features. But they have not lost the Battlebit source code. They next acknowledge the weekly challenges being reset as a bug, but they have not yet found a way to reproduce the error consistently. Lastly, in the Q&A section, they provide assurances that although the next update will focus on smoothing out the new player experience, the update will improve the game for everybody. Next up is a recent progress section, where they explain how they have recently been working on the UI of the game. They show a picture of a new deployment screen, and I'm going to jump in here at this point and draw your attention to some nice new features in it. Most interestingly, there's now a section on the right that shows your class in more detail, including placeholder text to provide information about the in-game bonuses you receive for picking your class. This is something that was previously not able to be seen in-game, so the casual players of the game were never even aware this was a thing. This is a nice solution that both helps new players understand each class, and more advanced players to understand the passive benefits of picking each class. There's also a new rank progress bar just below this, and it's been confirmed that this is a new class rank system. Right now, this will only provide cosmetics, but there's also a possibility for future gadgets to be locked behind gaining class rank. They have also reworked the settings tab, and have added in descriptions for each setting. And next up is some extremely good news. They're going to add loadout presets to the game.
Nice.
You will have access to 3 different presets, meaning you can quickly switch between different setups with fewer clicks in-game. As you know, I tend to focus on the more analytical and statistical side of the game, and I'm happy to see a reworked stats interface. This lays out your weapon stats more clearly than before, and some of the titles have also been renamed to make them easier to understand. Great job. There's also a new camo UI as seen here. There's a rework to the death screen too, as well as a new choice for players to make. Now, you can either hold space to give up quicker and redeploy, or hold Q, which gives a pop-up for nearby medics to show that you're holding on and want to be revived. There's also a new interface at the bottom that shows more information about your killer, such as their weapon used and their distance from you, as well as their weapon's camo. If possible, I'd like even more detail provided on the death screen, such as a bullet-by-bullet damage breakdown, which is useful to understand exactly how you died, as you can see if you got headshot, or if 2 people were shooting at you at once. There's a section further down the newsletter that answers the question as to why they are focusing on user interface changes. They explain that it helps new players to focus on the game itself, instead of battling the game's menus. The next topic of discussion is the Wakistan map rework. To explain what you're looking at, the old map is on the right, whereas the new design is on the left. Firstly, the most obvious change is that the bridge is now going through the centre of the map, and spans the entire map. They are now adding walls to the bridge to protect you from snipers, which sounds wise to keep snipers from dominating from 2 kilometers away. They are also adding a wall in the middle of the map which is destructible, giving me serious Battlefield 4 Caspian border vibes. An image of the upcoming Wakistan wall can be seen here. Both the old and new versions of Wakistan will remain in the official server rotation after the next update, and only on the update after that will the old version be removed from official servers. It has been confirmed here, however, that old Wakistan will remain playable on community servers, meaning occasionally you will still be able to play the classic old meat grinder map even after its rework. They have confirmed that the new Wakistan map will support the following game modes: Conquest, Domination, Infantry Conquest, Frontline and Invasion. As a 32v32 enjoyer, I'm personally a little sad to see Rush excluded from the list, but hopefully support will be added for that soon. They also have shown off some objective layouts for Wakistan, with 2 conquest layouts shown on the top. On both designs, there is a central map objective on the bridge, and then other objectives in a ring around this, with a central wall being halfway down the map. Team spawns are located in the top and bottom of the map. The domination map designs are a little different, instead focusing on the main bridge and then only one side of the bridge, focusing the fighting to a smaller area of the map at once. This is nice as it will add more variety to the map, as each layout of this map will play out completely differently. There is a throwaway line hidden towards the bottom of this newsletter that is actually huge news, so I will read this verbatim. Additionally, we have hired a QA team to thoroughly test the game from the ground up, ensuring there are no major bugs and we have a stable build for release. So, it looks like the Battlebit team is expanding in a larger capacity, and with the QA team working on this now gargantuan update, provides some assurance that the update is not going to have too many bugs within it. Looking at these Reddit comments, there's generally a positive sentiment, and I couldn't agree with these people more. This is the kind of transparency needed to keep people interested and engaged with the game throughout this content drought. This is a breath of fresh air, and I really hope that Terminal Intel, the community manager, keeps this up. Only thing I'll say on this is that this should be posted absolutely everywhere. Right now, this is only on the Battlebit subreddit, but I'd also personally put this on the Battlebit Discord server, the Steam news post for Battlebit, and on Twitter. I'd now like to see what you think of this newsletter, so let me know in the comments, and I'll be sure to see you down there too to reply to your hot takes. Thanks for watching.